boundary riders thanks to Life Care in just a moment, but we're almost set to get underway here at Walker Park in Mitcham. Excited for what is going to be a massive clash. Just looking around, it looks like Warrandyte will kick down the ground away from Whitehorse Road. Silvan kicking up the ground or to the right-hand side of your radio dial towards Whitehorse Road end of the ground. So we just last final preparations, and the ball's held alive for the first time in the Choose Tap final series, and we're underway. Excited about this one. Ball thrown up for the first time, bit of a nil-all draw in the ruck. Be a free kick plucked out, and it looks like it's going to go the way of the Cats straight away. So the free kick there will go to Schmidt. He just kicks to the top of the forward 50 arc. Nice lead came out there. It looked like, was it Murphy? So Murphy, man on the mark, stands pretty much smack bang on the Raybed. Will be happy with 45-metre arc.
Oh, no doubt, that's the way to go. Chris Murphy did say on pre-match that he was going to play it full forward with the omission of Delesio.
Well, it'll be very, very handy if he can kick the first one here. Within the first 40 seconds of the game. Kicks from a long way out, keeps it high and long, and that one's gone straight through the middle. That's the first on the board for the Cats, and we've played 49 seconds, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard it is Silvan 1 straight 6. Warrandyte yet to score.
What was terrific then is that we've said about Silvan's midfield, their young midfield. Schmidt got the ball straight into his hands and got it out the middle end, and you can see a few of the matchups that have changed. Warrandyte have started big hand up forward. He's been their #1 ruckman all year, and they've got him up forward, so you can see some of the changes, but Silvan have set their midfield up very well. So given the strength of Warrandyte, they're going to have to make sure Silvan can't get on their bike.
So we're back in the centre of the ground. The two ruckmen go at it. It was one down there by Newell for Silvan. They'll get it out and they'll head inside 50 again. Bouncing ball, leading chase of the ball is Spooner. He won't get there. It's seen out over the boundary line. 30 around from the Silvan goal.
Great work by Tyson McKenzie there, Andrew, out of the middle.
Yeah, like I said, they've got these young, quick mids, and, you know, McKenzie started the year slowly, but he's come on brilliantly in the second half here. They've got to watch him today. Just
waiting for the ball to be thrown back in. It's a deep car park here at Mitcham, so we might see a couple of balls in the struggle to retrieve, and it's thrown back into play. Over the top there came Tansley. Ball scraping around, no one able to get a good tackle laid there by Daniel Begley for Silvan. In there again was Kane Shaw. We'll see plenty of him today, the big bald nut. Ball comes out towards the boundary line. Warrandyte happy to set up. It might be a high tackle, and I think it is, and it'll go against Silvan. So free kick Warrandyte. They'll be able to come out of defence, and they'll just they won't muck around. They'll go down the line. In there, the big man Tansley coming over the top. There was Hand as well. The two big ruckmen looking to do some damage. Did some well. Got around there. Stephen Harris had to get it off quickly. Quick kick. It's still on the wing. Hand a shoveling handball out. Couldn't do too much. Out the back, they used the quarterback 31 there. Got on from Cullen. Got it inside. But a mark's taken, and Warrandyte can rebound. So on the wing, trying to take a mark there, but couldn't. There was Kane Shaw. Handball came off. They'll head inside through Tyson McKenzie. Loads up. There's two Warrandyte players sitting back. There trying to put some pressure on. There was Murphy. Couldn't. And Warrandyte, they'll get it away. Good work there from Tansley sitting back. Not a great kick, a poor kick, a rushed kick, and the mark's taken there by Mitch Skinner. Right on the 45 he kicked from, on a 45-degree angle.
What's happened so far is that Silvan have pressed right up the ground. They've brought there's no one in the back half of the ground for Warrandyte though, so Silvan have dragged them all up, and they've set it up so Cullen's out the back so they can feed it out, so they're trying to get that quarterback position for him.
Skinner on the 45, it looks all right, but it's going to fade right and just sneak in. No, it won't, in fact. It's out of bounds on the full, so the score remains the same on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Silvan, they are 1 straight 6. Warrandyte yet to score, played 3.5 minutes in the first term.
Bit of a hot start as we've seen in finals here at Walker Park over the years. Both sides adjusting to the size of the ground. Kicking out from defence will be Harris. Alexigo commentary side, we always like that. It's almost gone too far commentary side, and it has. And I reckon Michael Tout was almost half a chance of a kick on that one. It'll be a free kick going back the way of Silvan. About 60 metres out from home. This is where they can be dangerous once again. It's in the hands of Chris Goodlett. Goodlett to the top of the 50-metre arc. He's found a target. Can't quite take the mark. Murphy was in there as well. Couldn't do much about it. Nice work cutting it off where it was White. Got the clear and kick. Away they go. Appleby, ball was a little bit too hot to handle, but he'll pick up now. Tried to win the free kick. Couldn't quite do so. A bit of stream through the middle, and Soldy in those special orange boots. And now they go inside forward 50. Warrandyte in the direction of Morello. Good mark taken. Would you expect anything less from Magic Hands? About 35 metres out directly in front.
That passage of play, Andrew, that's what Warrandyte are best at, aren't they? Once they get that link man going, they just surge the ball forward any way they can, and it ended up in the hands of Morello.
That's good, and they've got so many blokes who run other defence, like Harris is a terrific runner out of defence. You know, I was disappointed he's kicked us before because he's usually more pinpoint than that, but they've got these blokes that can run out, and it's good that when everyone focuses on Gunn, they've got someone of Morello's quality beside him.
Comes in now and just sprays it across the right-hand side. Through for one behind, and that's the first score on the board for the Warrandyte Football Club. The Bloods are one behind 1 point. Silvan 1 straight 6. 5 minutes gone, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And the first entry into the forward 50 after 5 minutes of football for Warrandyte.
Not going to muck around here, Silvan. They're going to head down the guts. Plenty of Warrandyte players there. It's going to fall out the back, and they're going to be able to bring it in. Oliver got a handball off, but didn't find his target. In there trying to pick it up was David Ant. He's too big, though. Couldn't get down that low. They work out. Handball again came from Badome. Players over it now, eyeing on it, maybe trying to get the ball up. Laying a tackle there was Lee Evans for Warrandyte, and eventually we'll have a ball up in the centre square.
You're worried about Mark Cullen just floating 20 metres off the contest on this commentary side wing if I was Warrandyte.
We've got to respect him. Like he's not the mid he used to be, but he's still a good user of football. He's a good general.
Got a high kick out of the contest. It's going to go the way of Gaffney. He's not going to muck around for Warrandyte. Bombs it high. It'll hold up in the wind. Got a bit of work to do in the end. Did pretty well. Might get a snap off quickly. Done. Couldn't. Got a handball off, and eventually it'll just be rushed over the line under pressure there. Rhett Newell, the big ruckman, happy to rush it for 1 behind. So Warrandyte, they are 2 behinds. They trail Silvan 1 straight 6 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Silvan's dropped a lot back there, Andrew. You look up at the Warrandyte forward on the Silvan forward line. There's nobody up there.
Yeah, it isn't interesting. Both sides are pressing really hard.
Looks like Silvan best and fairest take Ursula to do the kick out. Free kick will be paid. It'll go the way of Silvan. Jared Rowe pretty much true centre half back.
Josh Barrett with the blood rule.
Placement will be Ratcliffe. So Rowe with the ball at half back for Silvan. Dishes the handball off to Badome. Short chip kick nicely through the middle of the ground. Played on pretty quickly there, Schmidt, under a fair bit of pressure. Nice work there from Ursula just to break through a couple. Tried to take on too many. Warrandyte a chance to go. Morello and Soldy inside forward 50. Done. This will be the Warrandyte trio if he takes the mark, and he does. Great work there from Magic Hands. Dishes it off. Now Dunn dishes it back. Except doesn't find the target. So nice stream of play there. Dunn, 92-goal kicker, probably could have backed himself on that occasion. So Silvan a chance to regroup once again. Just need to be clean with this next kick. Although got to be clean with the first kick first. And tackle high there, Daly.
They've just introduced Daly onto the ground. He'll give them that bit more grunt they need at the moment.
Gives it away to Harris. He had to get around a couple, then got it off to Hookie. Inside forward 50, Dunn. Holds onto this one. And I reckon you'd be shooting the runner out there straight away, saying go back, Dunn. He's sit this one straight through the middle.
I don't think he's going to be dishing this one off where he is, Dyson.
Dunn's great strength is he holds that front position. He's not the biggest full forward going around. He just knows how to protect that space in front of him.
And he's very quick on the first 3 or 4 metres.
He's a smart.
92 goals for the season. This for 93, but more importantly, Warrandyte's first. Hop's given a jump, sends it on its way. It hangs out right, but umpire's pretty happy with it. That's the first on the board for the Bloods, and it's Warrandyte 1-2-8. They have now taken the lead for the first time this afternoon. Silvan 1 straight 6, 8.5 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank score.
It's calmed down for Warrandyte the last couple of minutes, but what was interesting there was a chain of the footy before between Ursula, Schmidt and Badome. They're the 3 boys that will carry the ball for Silvan. So if they can get closed down, that makes Warrandyte's life a holiday. So that's what they eventually did. So those 3 are going to try and bring the ball from the middle from what you can see so far.
David Hands now made his way into the ruck for the first time today in the centre square. So interesting to see the contest between him and Rhett Newell. Hand will do the majority of the rucking duties. We've seen Tansley in there a bit as well, and he certainly does have a bit of an impact, David Hands. So we'll see how he goes in the main rucking role. Came up, won it down pretty even though between the 2 ruckmen. No clear contest out. Players diving in. Coming over the top there was Daly, and we'll have another ball up.
And because of his sheer size over the course of the game, that's where he wears other rucks down. So Newell's got to keep charging into him. Let him know he's there.
Tried to come over the top there to hand and did a pretty successful job. Ratcliffe got the quick left boot away, but the mark was taken by Luke Bedome, 60 out from his own goal. He's got a kick on, but there's a number of players coming through, almost intercepted, and it fell into the arms of Oliver. He got away. It's going to come back into the direction there of Bedome again. You might need to see it out. He's got pressure on, and Lee Evans is the Warrandyte player who eventually sees it out of bounds. 55 around from the Warrandyte goal, just in front of the scoreboard here at Walker Park. Just about to tick into 10 minutes, pretty even start. I think both sides have settled pretty well. They'll be pleased with it. Ball came down there, and they're away now. They're not going to muck around with it still. They're going to head inside 50, leading to charge the ball. Really quality mark taken there in the end by Todd Holman. He led his opponent and gave a handball off, but the umpire said you weren't on your mark, so come back behind them. They can just look to reset here, Warrandyte.
Actually, Holman's a very good defender. When we played him a couple of weeks ago, they listed him as their best player for their after-match awards. He's just a very cool customer.
Nice work from Warrandyte. They've found a bit of space on centre wing. Now they kick inside forward 50. The target's large. He takes the mark right on the paint of 45. Kicks quickly in the done direction. He's going to have to beat two. Can't quite do so. Ball spills to the bottom of the pack. And Salty, like a monkey the way he got up on that one. And can't make the most of it. A ball up about 25 metres out from goal, directly in front of the Warrandyte goals.
The good thing is Silvan were very conscious of done men, and they let two other blokes be free, so that's what they've got to watch.
He came off the contest from Dunn. Didn't really go anywhere though, and Mark Cullen marks pretty much on the last line of defence for Silvan. Kick short, dangerous, but it'll find its target in Skinner. He's actually my second cousin, believe it or not.
Dyson's bit of useless information.
Up towards centre wing, and there'll be a free kick paid for a push in the back. Looks like it's going to go the way of Spooner. Got a fair few numbers forward, although Warrandyte's starting to push back now. Now they go inside forward 50. Murphy's going to have to beat three, and how's that for luck? Murphy just sat on the ground. Three Warrandyte players dived in front of him, and he's just gone, oh, thanks, gents, I'll have that.
I was just going to say, not the way you want the ball entered into your forward 50, but yeah, Murphy, he marked the ball and fallen flat on his backside.
Subi Campbell, thanks to Yarra Valley Water and Choose Tap.
And I'm sure Michael will be saying to them, Ray, that the Warrandyte defenders needed to talk to one another then.
Silvan started off with the first 5 inside 50s, now lead at 7-5.
Yeah, making the mark once again because Murphy has two and two straight because that one's gone straight through the middle. Another goal for the Cats. Silvan 2 straight 12. Warrandyte 1-2-8, 12 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We might check in with our life care boundary riders at some stage during this term, but a good start for both sides. Nice quick pace, exactly what we wanted to see in a final.
Yeah, the sort of start you want to see in a final. Both sides are evenly matched. I just feel that they're still sounding each other out, Andrew.
Yeah, look, they are a bit, neither team surged in any sort of way so far, so I think that's a good statement, right? They are feeling each other out. But it's more like I've seen how some of the matchups are interesting me so far. That's what I'm sort of taking away for the moment.
Back in the centre, trying to get a shoveling handball out was Reece Spooner, and they'll work well here. It'll come out to Jared Rowe. His kick doesn't find the target, might be kept in. Umpire slipped over the boundary rider, did his job in the end. And in fact, it'll be a high free kick going away. It's kicked into the man on the mark, not ideal, and eventually it does spill out of bounds just in front of Stephen Harris from Warrandyte.
Clearly Silvan want to generate some run. They've got Ursula playing out of half-back. This year he's been the mid and up a little bit, so they want him to provide that run out of defence for them. They've dropped Newell back into defence.
Thrown back
so
in.
you can see what they're trying to, obviously, to try and cut off that hole in front of Dunn.
Back into play, hand jotted out, did well, but they're going to jump away here. Warrandyte shoveling, ball's going to come out, push his man into work pretty well, just needs to sit. Trying to get a kick away there. The put in the end was large, but they'll work well. He got back for a second effort. Got it inside 50. Mark almost taken by Morello. Couldn't in the end. He's in there once again. In fact, it's Evans doing really well. Morello's waiting out the back. Magic Hands wants it. He won't work hard in the end. And Schmidt, and they got it out the back. Oh, it's a poor kick from Jones. And in fact, it's going to come back with Rowe. Got to work hard. Jones in there again. Umpire said a play onto them. Might have been a holding the ball against Warrandyte. Crunched in a bump there was Kane Shaw. Flying over the top there was Schmidt. It's hard and fast-paced at the moment. In the end, we will have, is it a free kick?
Free kick for a throw.
So, I'll tell you what, the intensity's gone up here, I reckon, Toby.
Absolutely. This is the first part of the game where we've seen people getting shut down everywhere.
Schmidt had the ball, went wide in looking for Begley. In the end, couldn't find him. So back in in Silvan's forward half, we'll have a throw in.
Again, I'm interested. Look at the movement up the ground. Like they're persisting with Neil. They're persisting with two guys back in the area on Dunn. So that's interesting that they're going to focus on him to that degree.
Bloods will get the clearance once again. It's gone out of bounds on the full, so it'll be a Silvan free kick on centre wing. Sorry, Tippy.
No, I was just saying, it just interests me, Dyson. They're really focusing on done that much. Like, Warrandyte have other avenues to goal. They got Evans, Morello, like they're good players. I wouldn't be overemphasising Dunn.
Go back to last week when he kicked 2 and they still managed to kick 25 odd goals against Coldstream. So a mark just on the paint of 50. Another chance for Silvan. Pretty good looking kick off the boot. It'll sit. Murphy's in front position. Went over the back of his head and out of bounds. So it'll be a boundary throw in about 10 metres round from the Silvan goal.
Andrew, one thing that I've picked up here today with the Silvan Football Club is not everybody's going to the contest. They've got the ability to have an outrider. When people at the contest have got someone to dish it off to.
Snap off the body.
They've had Cullen so far, Skinner playing that role, 26 is Skinner, 31. There, Cullen again. Shaw's sitting out the back.
Rose another one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good footy. You don't need to get too many numbers to the football.
Ball thrown up once again. 10 metres out from the Silvan goal. There'll be a free kick going the way of the Bloods. So they've got to go to hand. Gives the handball off. Finds Norton. Norton to the outer side. Just dishes a nice pass. Found a bit of space here, the Bloods. Although play slows up now. Under a fair bit of pressure out on the other side there was Gaffney. And alas, his possession wasn't that flash. And over the boundary line, out of bounds on the full. So another free kick on that outer side. This time going the way of Chris Goodwin.
Goodwin's got it 70 out from his attacking goal. He's not going to muck around. He's going to hoist it high. It'll sit down about 15 metres out from goal. Good mark taken in defence. It played on in the end, so they'll have to move it quickly. They do. And Warrandyte, they've got a bit of space to move. They'll wheel and they go. Just inside their own defensive 50. Long ball, and it's a poor kick. Mark was dropped though by Rowe. Had a bit of trouble with the sun. He's got players piling in on top of him. Evans is there, and eventually we'll have a ball up. Boys, the wind playing a bit of an effect at the moment, so we'll cross down to our life care boundary riders to Desmond DePonzo.
It's a very strong wind coming towards Maroondah Highway, and the directive that's coming from the Warrandyte coaching staff is to carry the ball half forward and then look for the targets, Morello, Dunn and company.
Warrandyte heading inside 50, making it to Desmond. Running forward, good mark taken there by Stephen Harris. Good kick out in front of him and an easy chest mark taken. He'll go back and kick from about 20 out directly in front.
Look at Dunn. That's when Dunn did have space in front of him, and that's wrong with Silvan. You've got Jones isn't a bad matchup for them at all, but he's got to be helped by the likes of Owen, etc., going back in there and cutting off the space. I don't know if a ruckman is an idea, because Dunn isn't someone who's going to go high in the air to him. They're going to be pulling out in front.
So it was Dunn who took the mark. He's on his way in, the Josh Kennedy style. He boots it and he wipes it. Got his second. And Warrandyte reclaim the lead once more. They are 2-2-14. They lead Silvan 2 straight 12 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And for down to you, Grant Campbell, for Tuestat match stats.
Marks inside 50, already 5-4 in favour of Warrandyte, so the forwards well on top early.
I think Silvan have got to rethink how they're setting up in defence there, and I think that's a bit better now. I can see Jones going, and there you go. Owen's in the area in front of him, so that makes better sense. Coming down, you don't need someone too tall. Conversely, the other end, Silvan have got to be careful not to keep bombing it high. Murphy's too small for that.
Yeah, look, I question Andrew Goodlet. Goodlet's last 2 kicks into the forward line. He just bombed it in, and if they're going to do that, they've got to get some of the crumbs front and
That's
centre.
right, and they've got to get a bigger bloke to kick it to at that point. I think Murphy will put enormous pressure.
Around the ground, thanks to the local Burger Co. Baronia 4 straight leave South Vale grab nil after 10 minutes out in the Division 3 elimination final at Jubilee Park. Much closer contest as Silvan go inside forward 50 once again, no mark. Chris Murphy's been that vocal point so far up forward. Nice work from Smith, found a bit of space, although his kick also found a bit of space. Too much, in fact, out of bounds on the full. It's a 2-point lead to the Bloods, who played 18.5 minutes in this first term. Choose tap finals action here from Walker Park in Mitcham.
Silvan have got to lower their eyes and bring in. That was a better forward entry, but Murphy's got to play in front. He's been playing from behind.
So just waiting for the ball to be returned. Plenty of players nestled about 45 out from goal. Waiting for this next kick to come from Tommy Norton. I like the way that Silvan just giving absolutely no room to any of these kicks coming out of defence. Kick went to Tansley, he couldn't take the mark, and it was over the boundary line and out of bounds, right in front of the Warrandyte coach's box. Ball to be thrown in about 50 metres out from the Silvan goal. They currently trail this game by 2 points. 2-2 plays 2 straight. No real clearance. Nice tackle there from Begley. The umpire said it's in the back on Tansley, so Tansley gives his handball away. Now Warrandyte have a chance to just open this game up a little bit. Found a bit of space there was Evans, but couldn't take the mark right in front of our commentary position here at Richmond. Walker Park.
As you touched on before, Ray, what Silvan are doing well though when contests are starting is they're getting someone loose. Cullen is again loose. Right? Warrandyte have got to shut that stuff down.
Thrown in once again, through centre wing here at Walker Park in Mitcham. Work from Barrett under a fair bit of pressure, tried to get a handball away, won't happen. So right on the corner of the square. Attacking side for Warrandyte. Ball thrown up once again. Good tap down there from Evans. Got his handball away to Morello. Morello to Air, who's under a fair bit of pressure. They're still moving it forward. It's cut off now. McKenzie finds a bit of space, gets around one, sticks on the afterburners, and away they go. Inside forward 50, looking for Murphy. He's got to win one out. Can't quite do so. Now on the ground, he's half a chance. Snaps around the body, sends it on its way. It's going to sit up nicely, although it just drifts across to the right-hand side and through for one behind. The first blemish on the score for the Silvan Football Club. They move on to 2-1-13. Warrandyte 2-2-14. Ticked over time on in the first quarter. All thanks to the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Not going to muck around. They're going to head out to in front of the Warrandyte coach's box. Good mark, almost taken. And then it's a high free kick. It's going to go the way of Charles Johnston. So, it might be 25. So the mark was paid, in fact, and then it's been given a 25-metre penalty as well. So they'll advance well inside their own half, and Johnston gets this kick off. He wants players to come to him. Doesn't have too much. They'll pop it up in front. Good mark. No, tried to put some pressure on there, and a good handball came off. Running through was Daly. Couldn't do much. They've got a quick handball off. Wrapped up in a tackle was Appleby. Players dive on him. It'll be a ball up.
Around the ground, thanks to the local Burger Co. South Croydon have kicked the first 4 over Noble Park. 14 minutes gone first term.
Went up unopposed, did Evans, won it down, but couldn't get it down to one of his teammates. In fact, a very handy bounce came out to Morello. Wrapped up in a tackle there was Daly, plenty of pressure. Another tackle there late. This player's diving in there was Owen. And another ball up. We're just on the 45-metre arc at Warrandyte's end of the ground.
Warrandyte are just pushing the footy forward at this stage.
Came over the top there, did Spooner, won the tap down. In there was Evans, he got wrapped up in a tackle.
I reckon Silvan need to avoid these arm wrestle situations for too long. They haven't got as big a bodies as Warrandyte has in the contest. They want to get it out to their outriders.
Glabbed it out of the ruck and tackled pretty quick with Spooner. Had to get it off, did just in time. Appleby diving in, doesn't really have the balls between his legs. Spooner got in there and got it out, and a quick kick's going to come away. Warrandyte plays plenty of the ball. Fell over trying to take the mark wide, but it's going to come back in the hands there of Hookie. Gets it long, plenty of players sitting back. Mark was dropped though, puts the defence under pressure. Should have taken that Litchfield. They'll get it away into the centre of the ground. It's a hospital pass for Goodland. He did well, played on, and he's away. Oh, great tackle. Needed players to talk to him. Coming through was Ross Ansoldi, holding the ball. They can move quickly on, so doesn't muck around. Poor kick to a 2-on-1, and a good mark taken in defence there. Litchfield made up for his early error, and the game just calms down a little bit.
Litchfield, commentary side, finds Cullen right on the plane of his defensive 45. Short chip kick to Skinner. Just going to move it slowly, hold it up. 23 minutes gone now. First term here on AFL Game Day. Kick wasn't flash. Had to beat a couple on that occasion. Nice work from Smith to make something out of nothing. Hard up against the boundary. Still trying to keep it in. Good work there from Hookie. Just keeps it in. Kicks towards Morello. Man flew over the back, couldn't quite take the mark. Now trying to break the line here, Appleby. Hard up against the boundary and kicks it hard up against the boundary. I'll tell you what, when it kicks that wide, that net's not going to matter.
On a day like that, you probably shouldn't be attempting that, I wouldn't have thought, when it's so windy and you're pressed up against the boundary line, but tried his best, just his best, it's about 30 metres off.
Neither team can break from the other at the moment. Silvan wants to get its running game going, and Warrandyte's quite happy to sort of force it out of contests.
And just going back on what you said, Andrew, about Newell's falling into that space, and I'd rather see him on the ball. Like you said, those bigger bodies around the contest, you need Newell in there.
Ursula found a nice mark. Owen had to beat 3 and eventually took the mark. Kicked up the line. Couldn't quite find a target. Begley too involved with his opponent. Now Warrandyte a chance to regroup. Off half back, Norton just runs back to go forward. They've got a fair bit of space on the outer side and they can get it there cleanly. They do now through Evans. Although that doesn't help. And they've turned it over. It'll be Litchfield, about 60 out from his own goal.
So they'll head back inside. It's not a great kick and they'll get it off out to Harris. bomb along the wing on the far side of the ground. Going up, taking a mark there was Evans. He couldn't scoot the ground there. Away now though. Ball inside 50 and not a great kick. Trying to find their look to be done. Couldn't do much about it, but they're still working hard. Laying a tackle there was Spooner, and eventually he'll have a ball up. Playing a man looks to be loose at the moment. Newell's been playing a bit back for Silvan. I mean, how sustainable is that, you think, Toby?
Well, I don't think it is, because it's allowing Large, number 31. Large has time and again got the end of the footy at the back of a contest and pumped it into Warrandyte's forward 50. So, you know, if that's the outcome of what you're doing, it's not working.
And I don't think Newell has the nous to play that position either, because he caught out in the wrong position.
Silvan got the ball out, but it didn't go particularly far. Ball up on the centre wing, and they will do eventually and get it out. Silvan, a couple of chain of handballs will head it inside their forward 50 high ball, where Warrandyte can look to just pick that one off. Was dropped though. Handball over the top was the option. Should have used it in the end. Jones, it hangs out to the left-hand side, and it's one behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We're all tied up. We're 2-2-14 apiece. 25 and a half minutes played.
Silvan certainly got to change their entry into their forward line, Andrew. They're just bombing the ball in. I'd rather see them kick it out to the wide open spaces and have their forwards run onto it.
Yeah, Warrandyte is putting 3 and 4 blokes back at this stage. It's too predictable for them.
Around the ground, thanks to the local Burger Co. Baronia have made it 5 goals in 5 minutes. Saints are absolutely swamped. That's coming in from Connor Ryan. Those scores all thanks to the local Burger Co.
They'll only kick 9 for the game though, Dyson.
Ball up towards centre wing. Warrandyte were in possession. We'll let it go over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Again, look, right, let's look at this setup here for this contest. You know, what's the effort going to be? Silvan, they're committing to keeping someone loose, but they need hard bodies. Like, who's going to take the ruck here?
You've got to put your biggest man in the right contest.
Yeah, hands too big to be doing that against.
Ball's run up once again. The Millwall draw, and they try and work it out. Good work to try and pick it up there, Schmidt. Couldn't quite do much with it, though. He's tackled pretty hard. And at Daly letting him go absolutely nowhere. Centre wing, Coventry side. We'll have another ball up.
As I said, the addition of Daly into the midfield, he does so much hard work for Warrandyte.
Ball thrown up. Good tap down there from Hand. Warrandyte a chance to go forward once again. Target there was Evans, went over his head. Plenty of numbers round for Silvan. They just need to pounce. Dunn managed to gain possession. And he's held up. And I reckon that's going to be pretty much the case all afternoon.
Yeah, I think all Warrandyte will end up doing is just going to other targets.
Yep. So right on the paint of 45 out of side. Warrandyte forward 50. Trying to pull forward. Smith got his kick away. Now Warrandyte a chance to regroup. That kick's gone on goal, and it'll miss across to the right-hand side and through for one behind. So the third behind on the board for Warrandyte. They take the lead. 2-3-15. Warrandyte 2-2-14. 27 minutes gone here on AFL Game Day, thanks to the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's Jake Osler with the ball. Wouldn't be too long. We've only had the 4 goals in this quarter, so not too long left. He'll head out to the far side of the ground, but it's mostly going to stay in the middle. It'll come over the back here. Picked up there in the end. And the last possession will go to Chiverton. He couldn't do much else with it. So that is quarter time out here at Walker Park. It is Warrandyte. They lead 2-3-15 to Silvan 2-2-14. We hope you're enjoying Choose Tap second semi-final. We'll be back right after this short break.